There is no denying the presence of evil in the world, but how does it operate, and why does it persist? Understanding the principles behind evil is key to dismantling it. Ignorance of these principles allows it to perpetuate, handing its burden to our children and future generations. Only by recognizing its roots can we begin to address and eliminate its influence. At its core, evil is a form of deception, a distortion of reality within the mind. To overcome it, we must first identify where it manifests in the world, question it, and ultimately reject it within ourselves. Evil relies on our own power to survive, feeding on our fears and errors in judgment. Without our consent, it cannot endure. Understanding how we make mistakes in judgment is crucial. These errors fuel the illusions of evil, which thrives on our own confusion and misinterpretation of what reality actually is. Humanity's understanding of reality is inherently limited. We experience the world through our bodies and senses, but these senses are incomplete. Our eyes perceive only a sliver of the electromagnetic light spectrum, just 0.0035%. This narrow perception means our understanding of reality is fragmentary and incomplete. We therefore see unholy. We assign meaning based on limited knowledge, constructing illusions rather than recognizing truth. Perception is devoid of knowledge. It is a choice. It reflects what we choose to see, rather than the reality of what actually exists. This selective vision creates a world built on illusion, where partial truths obscure the whole. This distortion leads to flawed philosophies about ourselves and the world. Each of us carries within our minds two inner voices. One speaks of love and peace, affirming our worth and guiding us towards self-acceptance. The other speaks of doubt, fear and hatred. It speaks of vengeance, punishment and guilt. These voices represent two opposing forces, one real and rooted in truth, and the other false, whose roots all lay within illusion. At a fundamental level, we all share the same essence. Despite our individual differences, we share a common origin, a shared life force, and interconnected minds. What animates the body is not physical but spiritual, the mind and our own life force. Without these, the body is lifeless, a dead thing, devoid of value and beauty. We have learnt to love the body because of the life it holds. But without life, the body is meaningless. This understanding underscores the illusion of valuing appearances over essence. We have done this with everything in the world, for the world was made for this, to give us the experience of what we want to be true. We have mistakenly given value to what is not worthy of value, because it is not worthy of love. We love money, status, and material possessions, while fostering hatred and division among ourselves, the one place where love has its true meaning in this world. This misplaced love fuels fear and perpetuates a cycle of need, greed, and suffering. Evil thrives on this distortion. By changing the fundamental meaning of reality, we have replaced divine laws of oneness and fairness with systems rooted in fear and separation. We entered into this world in complete forgetfulness, a loss of knowledge. This loss lies at the heart of all our problems. However, what is forgotten is not lost forever. We can reclaim it by rejecting evil's illusions and seeking reality's truth. The Creator established a law of fairness, granting everything to everyone equally. This universal justice reflects love and our oneness. Yet humanity has chosen to value inequality and made this a justice. We accept systems where some have more while others suffer less. We idolize greed and a false abundance, while ignoring the injustice they perpetuate. We have an authority that was created by man, who enforces control and division built on fear, enslaving through laws it itself made, laws of punishment that are made outside of the laws of God. We have been taught to accept these as normal, even good, despite their unfair effects. Evil's greatest power lies in deception. It distorts reality, making unreasonable things seem reasonable. From childhood, we are conditioned to accept the systems and beliefs around us as natural. Over generations, practices once questioned become normalized. This conditioning blinds us to the truth. We attack others without realizing they are our brothers and sisters in reality, perpetuating a cycle of fear and hatred. Evil depends on this blindness to thrive. Evil is not a being, but a thought form, an illusion with no life of its own. Its power lies in misusing our own life force through deception. It thrives on fear, convincing us that we are powerless and lacking in our own Creator's love. Yet we are all creations of this love, inherently connected to the divine. Evil is opposed to reality. It is fear and illusions made in darkness. Creation is light, and light is the love within the mind of God, being truth. The two cannot coexist. To undo evil, we must reject its illusions and realign our thinking with truth. Humanity has created a false authority that replaces divine law with artificial systems. This authority enforces division and inequality, desiring idols like money and power, because it is itself an idol. It funds its division and wars through enforcing endless taxes, keeping humanity in a state of slavery. It perpetuates a debt system through interest and the devaluation of money, power, which is masked as fairness. There are a multitude of these taxes hidden within the money system, compounding at every level, consuming nearly all earnings for the average person. Yet we accept this system as just, attacking those who question it. This confusion between love and hate, good and evil, blinds us to our own self-imposed slavery. Despite this darkness, the beauty and love within every heart and mind yearns for a better world, a world that reflects the Creator's love for His kingdom. To achieve this, we have to recognize and reject the whole thought system of deception. We have to remove our power from evil entirely and refuse to participate in any and all of its illusions. Evil is a whole thought system, just as divine truth is a whole thought system. By aligning with truth and rejecting deception, we can reclaim our freedom and restore the world to its rightful harmony. Every individual bears the responsibility to question and choose between only two voices. One speaks loudest and first because it is always threatened, and the other speaks in the silence, in peace, because nothing can ever threaten it. The voice of evil teaches people to hate each other, to see differences and not sameness. It maintains its rule through such means. The voice of God teaches people they are the same. There is nothing to fight, for nothing in truth was ever created to harm what God loves as His own. The end of evil in this world is only possible when every form of deception is brought to truth, when every illusion made in darkness is brought to the light of God's reality. Every deception is but a call to be answered by truth, by the love that is within us. The power of God, whose life lives in us, needs only our will. When we have answered truly, we will be truly answered.